Welcome to Travel Talk, where our expert magical memory planners discuss ways you can have fun, memorable, and stress-free family vacations. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Travel Talk. So today we're talking about cruises and specifically how to find the right cruise line for you. So there's a lot of different ways to go about this, and honestly, it's not so much the science of it. There's a lot of art to it. And when you meet with your travel advisor and talk about your specific family, you'll find that there are recommendations that are specific to what you're looking for. And sometimes it depends on the itinerary you want to go on, or something very specific that you're trying to accomplish, or the needs of your group. So what we're going to talk about today, and our recommendations are really on the general sense. But like I said, that doesn't mean that if we were working with you directly that we might recommend something different. But this is just on the general sense, how to find what cruise is right for you. And this is just some information from our travel advisors here. So we're going to do this by category. So thinking about the type of cruiser or who makes up the travel party, okay? So the first category we're going to talk about are couples or adult only. So again, couples or adults only could be a ladies group, it could be bachelorette, it could be bachelor party type of situation, it could be just anytime adults want to get together, maybe it's a mixed group of friends, not necessarily couples, right? So if this is describes your travel party, then our first recommendation would be Virgin Voyages. Virgin Voyages is the only cruise line at this time that has adult only cruising. So this is really appealing to couples and adult groups for a lot of reasons. So there's a couple of things that happen because there's no kids on the cruise. Okay, so first of all, with no kids on board, that means there's no strollers, there's no kids in the background, there's no kids running through areas of the ship, there's no misbehaving or any of that during dinner. So you just kind of have that adult atmosphere. And I won't say that the adults on the ship don't misbehave, but no kids misbehaving. So that's one thing. It just changes the vibe when you don't have any kids around. And then second, it affects the way the ships are designed. So because there's no kids areas, okay, that makes every area a space for adults. So usually you have ships that divide their spaces between adult only spaces, kids only spaces, and then family spaces. But when you don't have any kids on board, the entire ship is designed around adult only spaces. So that really gives you a lot of options for like where the pools are, how much space you have at the pool, the food, the buffets, how things are, set up, all those types of things. Even the types of food that is served, they're not looking for a kid-friendly menu. They're just looking for an adult-friendly menu. So, it's very good food on Virgin Voyages. The entertainment is geared toward adults as well. So whether you're looking for a show at night or comedy or some kind of dance club, everything is geared toward adults. So this can be a nice change if you're looking for that adult experience. So just something to keep in mind if you are couples or adults only looking for cruising. And they're great because they have cruises all over. They go to Europe, they have Mediterranean cruises, they do the Caribbean. So they have a lot of choices and they're building a lot of new ships. So that's up and coming. So our next category are families, but we broke families into two categories. One category, and the first one we're going to talk about, is families who are huge Disney fans. So if you're a huge Disney fan, surprise, we recommend Disney Cruise Line. So Disney Cruise Line's amazing for so many ways. So if you're considering a theme park vacation as well, you might want to think about a Disney cruise, because with a Disney cruise, so much is included. You get all the magic that you would get in Walt Disney World or at Disneyland. You have your characters, you have your magical moments, you have the horns on the Disney ships play like different Disney themed music. So it's instead of just a regular like foghorn sound. So it's really magical. You have all your stage shows, you have your theater shows at night. So much of the magic is there, but a lot of relaxation. A park vacation, although very fun and the attractions are amazing, it is a go, go, go vacation. You're on your feet a lot of the day. We always joke about how many steps we're going to be taking. On a cruise, it is definitely a lot more relaxing. And you can get your Mickey waffles, you can get your Mickey bars, you can even get some of that in room service in your room at night. The Disney entertainment, the characters, the meet and greets, and so much more. The Disney Cruise Line is just really built for families in so many ways, and especially those that love Disney. They also have lots of rooms that sleep five, which is a big deal for families, and a lot of connecting rooms. So if you get two rooms that are connecting that sleep five, you can accommodate a family of 10. So that's pretty amazing. Great for multi-generational groups and all of that. Um, the Disney Cruise Line also has amazing kids clubs. So they have most of the time is for kids only, ages 3 to 12 in the Oceaneers clubs, but they do have some open house times. So the adult kids in your family might want to go in that Marvel room or in that Star Wars room and do some of those activities with your kids, because, that's fun too. So there is some opportunity for that, but most of it is geared toward the kids. So they really have a lot set up. And I will say, as a little side note, since we were just talking about adults, couples without children that are huge Disney fans and really like that Disney experience, this could be a good cruise for you too. They have wonderful adult only spaces, and you get all that Disney magic. And then you maybe treat yourself to like a concierge room because you have that added luxury. You have the concierge lounge and concierge decks. You have some outdoor space. It's not kid free per se, but generally not as many kids as on the main pool decks where the pools are and such. But you can go to the adult only spaces outside as well. So definitely something to consider if you like the Disney magic and you like the the atmosphere that Disney brings, and you're a couple or adult only, Disney Cruise Line could be for you too. So basically, a Disney cruise will check all your vacation boxes, right? All your Disney vacation boxes. It gives you relaxation, it gives you pool time, it gives you beach time, meals are included, and so much more. So, really, a great way to have that Disney fix, that Disney vacation that you've been planning, maybe in a different way and see something different. So, that's pretty fun. Okay, so now we're going to still talk about families, but we're going to jump over to the ones that are not necessarily huge Disney fans. So, maybe you just Disney hasn't really been your thing. And so you're still looking for a cruise, but the Disney cruise might be a little much for you. So in this case, we're really recommending Royal Caribbean. These ships are great for families. They have engaging kids clubs. They have lots of food venues from quick service, things you can grab easy. Everyone loves Sorrento's Pizza in the main atrium of most of the ships on the promenade. But lots of food venues, lots of adventure and activities on board. Depending on the ship, you might find a zip line, a flow rider, laser tag, bumper cars, a water park, mini golf, escape rooms, an ice rink, or more. I mean, it depends what ship you're on, but so many things to see and do. Lots of adventure. You will never be bored on a Royal Caribbean cruise. And the best part is that, like, everything that I just mentioned is included in the price. So you're not going to be nickel and dimed on board with a lot of extra add-ons that the kids like, oh, we want to go to the ice rink. Oh, that's extra. Oh, we want to go on the zip line. That's extra. All those things are included. So it really makes a fun family vacation for your kids to be able to do all the things they want to do it together as a family. Don't forget to bring closed toe shoes and socks for all those adventures, even though you might be someplace warm where you're mostly wearing flip flops or something. But Royal Caribbean also has amazing entertainment. Most ships have at least one Broadway show in the evening, one of the nights, and then they'll have other original productions. We've seen Mamma Mia, we've seen Cats, we've seen, I think there's Hairspray on another ship. There's just all these great Broadway shows, which are just a great way to show your kids um, some entertainment that they may not, you might not want to take the whole family to New York City and go see a Broadway show, but here's a great opportunity for them to sit through one and see what they think and see if they like it. My kids, when they were younger, their first one was Cats. And my older two loved it. And another day, they went to a daytime showing because we had gone after dinner, but they have multiple showings. And so they went to a daytime show when we had a C day because they wanted to see the whole thing again. They just loved it. And so, I would not have known that about them if they hadn't been on that ship and seen that Broadway show. So really cool. They also have a lot of the ships have ice shows, and they also have aqua theaters that do a diving show. Again, really outstanding entertainment and something really different that your kids might not have gotten to see before. So really great activities and entertainment for the family. And Royal Caribbean also has a ton of itineraries. They have a lot of ships, and they are building more. So that means that they have ships pretty much all over the world. So if this becomes your preferred cruise line and it works well for you, you can take cruises to the Caribbean. You can go to Alaska. You can go to Europe. You can go all over the place and continue to like go into their loyalty program, which helps to get you more benefits over time. And so it's so awesome just to kind of know the drill, have the app, know the way things go, and just keep going on different adventures. So we've done the Caribbean with Royal Caribbean lots of times, the Bahamas, and our next adventure next year is to go to Europe, and we're going to do an Eastern Mediterranean cruise from Athens to Rome. So, such a great thing to have the familiarity of the brand and knowing how it works and the app and all of that, and then go someplace totally different. And the kids are super excited because they love Royal Caribbean, and we'll still get to have Sorrento's pizza every night after dinner, which, will be amazing. That's our general thing after dinner every night. So, yeah, so that's our recommendation for families that are not necessarily huge Disney fans and are not looking for that branding, but are looking for a cruise line that is really good for families. And in that case, we would say Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. And the last category we're going to talk about is multi-generational groups. So we've done some great podcasts on this in the past. We love multi-generational travel. It's so fun to get the grandparents, the parents, the grandkids all together on a vacation. And when guests come to us and ask us, what would be the best way to do that? Cruising is actually one of the main recommendations we have because there's something for everybody to do. There's things for the little ones in the kids club, and there's things like the casino on a lot of ships and shows and just a variety of activities for a huge age range. And although everybody can be kind of going in a different direction, on a cruise, you usually will end up seeing each other again. When we did our multi-gen trip on a cruise, we just kind of said, everybody be at dinner. And so dinner, we had about 3 different tables all in the same area with our whole family. And dinner was a great time to catch up. What did you do today? What did you see? What excursions did you go on? And dinner time was that time where everybody got to catch up. And then in the evening, depending on little ones or older ones, everybody kind of went in their own direction, but it worked out great. We had children, under the age of 7, say between like 3 and 7. And then we had some older teenagers and young adults between the ages of like 17 and 22. And then we had all the parents and the grandparents. And so it works out so great on a cruise. So if you want more information about multi-generational travel tips, I'll just give a little sidebar. We have a previous episode on that. It is Travel Talk episode 31. And we'll link to that in the description here, but you might want to check that out as well. But when it comes to cruising, we really couldn't narrow it down to one cruise line. So we're going to narrow it down to 2. But really, if you're looking for multi-gen travel, we're going to go with Disney Cruise Line or Royal Caribbean Cruise Line because they do it best. And that just kind of references back to what we were talking about before. They have lots of connecting rooms. They have rooms that can sleep 5. You can make arrangements to have all your dining together so that you have that time at the end of the day when everyone's together. You can set up for additional benefits to setting up group travel with Royal Caribbean. So you can have some special things that we plan ahead, maybe a photo shoot or a special time together, maybe onboard credit. There's a lot of benefits to traveling as a group with Royal Caribbean specifically. They have a great, great groups program. So if you have 8 or more cabins that you're expecting in your family group or multi-generational trip, Royal Caribbean can be a great option for that. And then, they just have so much that families will love to do, like I said. And you can do something out of a more local port. If you're along the coast of the country, there are ports out of New Jersey, out of Baltimore, out of, all of Florida. Everyone's pretty familiar with that. There's a port out of Galveston, Texas. And there's some ports on the West Coast as well. So when you're getting that family together, that may be helpful for you. So again, lots of options, and we barely scratched the surface of how to recommend the best cruise line for each individual group. But there are so many things to consider, and that's why working with a travel professional who really understands cruises is the way to go. But hopefully this gives you some ideas of the differences between the cruise lines and what to think about when you're thinking about a cruise, especially if it's your first one. What cruise line might be a good fit for you. So thanks for joining us for Travel Talk.